Makes a surprising decision. He vetoed the council's decision to move forward with 2 rezoning ordinances that would have made room for more than 800 new homes.
Well, the ordinance sparked major controversy. WDSU North Shore Bureau reporter Chantel Davis is live at council chambers with the reason behind the decision. Chantel.
Yes, well, President Mike Cooper was not able to speak to me today, but he did write on social media saying that his decision came from listening to residents, a lot of them advocating against both of these ordinances, saying that it will bring more problems to their community.
I really do think that President Cooper was right to veto it.
St. Tammany Parish President Mike Cooper surprising residents with a rare move. This week, he exercised his power to veto 2 controversial ordinances passed by Parish Council during last week's meeting.
The motion passes with 8 yeas, 6 nays, and no one absent.
Without President Cooper's veto, the ordinances would have cleared the way for the developer H1 Associates to build more than 800 new homes in the Goodby area. The coveted area is located on the north side of Ronald Reagan Highway, near Highway 1077. The developer wanted to rezone the area as a suburban residential district as opposed to the rural residential district it's currently zoned for.
I think in general people move here because they don't want that. They want a rural parish.
Councilman David Kugel is one of the 6 council members who voted against the ordinance. He tells me that though there is a need for more homes in St. Tammany,
We are interested in smart growth, not like hundreds and hundreds of homes.
That area of the parish is known to flood. We have road problems. I live there because I love the 5-acre minimums, the estate level living and all that. We don't want these big density subdivisions.
dozens of residents got up at the Thursday night council meeting pleading with council to not pass the ordinances, which would shrink the lot size, allowing for more homes with less land in the area. Matthew Allen, the founder of the North Shore River Watch, said that area is very prone to flooding, which he believes is a major concern.
Is putting that much fill for houses, and fill will tend to block the flow of the water trying to get to Lake Pontchartrain and send it to other properties and back it up into other neighborhoods.
So a few things. I reached out to the developer H1 Associates and he declined to comment at this time. I also reached out to council members who voted in favor for these ordinances. They were not able to respond. Now, council chairwoman Cheryl Tanner tells me she's still waiting for the president's veto paperwork, but his office says is going through the legal channels. And council members have the right to override that veto, but they need 10 council members to support that decision. Right now, Tanner says there is no plan to hold a special meeting. I'm live in Mandeville. Chantel Davis, WDSU News.
Chantel, thank you.